What was the most important about trying to create the look of the car, being in the car, because the car is the set? To keep us, like the audience, grounded, feeling like it is, but also make it something that the actor can, play in.
Well, so interesting enough, it absolutely is a set, but this car was like no other car that has been really in any racing movie before. And the reason for that is because stunt drivers weren't driving it, actors were driving it. So I had an involvement with regards to the livery and the colouring and what the car, the aesthetic of the car. But in a racing car, it's more than that. The aesthetic comes from the aerodynamics. So Graham Kelly, the action vehicles supervisor, along with Mercedes, they're the people truly responsible for the car, because the car had to perform like a real racing car, and it had to keep the actors safe. They were traveling 180 miles an hour, 150 miles an hour most days. So, there's that classic kind of postmodern notion of form follows function, and that really was the case in this, So I'd love to take the credit for the car, but I cannot. I can take the credit for the garage where the car sat.
Well, we'll get to that, because I like the garage because it was actually a family. You had to create more than just we would think a garage. These are people that are close. Ralph, what was the process of making more of a family? They're more than just a functional garage.
So, look, every team in F1 has a garage, and what the garage is the front of house. It's the theatre. It's where they present their car. It's where the team principal is. It's the kind of, it's where the drivers are. It's the show. It's the stage. It's the theatre. But ours was not only a functional garage, but it had to be a working film set as well. And we had to take into consideration, so the family consisted of the car, the actors, the team, any extras which were in the garage, and the colouring of the garage was so important, because we didn't want it to be something that stood out, that took your eye away from what the money is, the actors and the car. And Julian, the costume designer, we worked closely with him to kind of have a complementary palette of colour of the garage and colour of his costumes. The reason we went with white, or slightly off-white, traffic white was the colour it's called, strangely enough, was because any costume colour, any skin tone, any hair colour, the car in there all looks good against white. The reason I'm wearing a white jacket tonight is because our garage is white, and the aesthetic was, we wanted it to be stylish. We didn't want it to be something that stood out, but we wanted it to be super cool. The lighting above was all integral. We worked with Claudio, the DOP, on that to make sure that all kind of came together. And the seal of approval was when Lewis Hamilton he came into the garage, and he was like, "Hey guys, this is the best garage I've ever seen. This is amazing. I wish my garage was like that." And I think it's something people have noticed when watching the film. I think it really it's super cool. It's amazing.